In this lesson, we will walk through our Canadian Index for Measuring Integration website, which we will refer to as the CIMII or the Index to be short. At the end of this lesson, we will be able to recall the main menu features of the CIMII website and find specific data to meet our needs. If we start our session from the Google page, we can start by typing in Canadian Index for Measuring Integration, and then follow the link to the CIMII website. Or we can simply access the CIMII website directly from integrationindex.ca, which will land us on the CIMII homepage. From here, we can find some of the key information, such as what is the CIMII, and what are the 4 dimensions of integration. We can hover over each block to discover the definition of each dimension, or explore further by clicking the search link. We can find information on why we built a Canadian Index and how to use the CIMII, as well as information on the CIMII studied population, our definition of immigrants, and the number and percentage of immigrants in Canada in a particular year, spanning from 1991 to 2016. Now, let's explore the main menu at the top of the screen. Let's start by clicking on the About CIMII link in the menu. From here, we can see an overview of the CIMII project, CIMII methodology, expert advisors, our team, and frequently asked questions. From Overview, we'll find the definition of integration, which we discussed in Lesson 2. From CIMII methodology, we can see a brief introduction about our approach, which is guided by both conceptual and methodological considerations based on existing research and recommendations by our Expert Advisory Committee. The information about our Expert Advisory Committee can be found under the Expert Advisors tab. We can see our advisors in 2 phases, 2018 to 2020 and 2015 to 2017. The advisors of the next phase will be incorporated later. Finally, on the Frequently Asked Questions page, we can find the answers to some of the most popular questions about our CIMII tool. For example, why is my region not represented in the CIMII? Let's click and we can find the answer. If you have any questions that are not listed here, click Contact Us and leave us a message. Now we will look at the CIMII data section of the index. This is the central page of the site, where we can explore all key findings of the CIMII tool. From here, we have 3 options. Firstly, we can search for the regional profiles to see all of the details of how each region performs at various points in time by clicking Search Profile. Secondly, we can go to See Ranking to see the overall CIMII rankings for a snapshot of how the regions score depending on which dimension of integration matters most to us. Thirdly, if we want to compare the performances of the regions we're interested in, we can go to the Compare Regions section. Note that it is possible that the numbers on these pages are a little bit different from the numbers from different sources. It is because our sample is limited to the CIMII population only, not the whole population. To be more specific, for all of the data we see in the index, the sample is the adult population aged 18 to 64 living within Canada. As mentioned, these pages are among the most important pages of the CIMII, which showcase all key findings of the index. We will revisit these pages in other videos for a more detailed instruction. On the simulation page, we can input our demographic information to predict an outcome gap, estimating our wage and comparing it to that of our immigrant or Canadian-born counterpart, whichever applies. We will also revisit this page later in a separate video for a more detailed explanation. Lastly, don't forget to visit the Resources and Initiatives page for downloadable content and any other clarifications. For example, we can download all of the data sheets of each dimension. In each folder, we will find 2 subfolders. In the Adjusted Data folder, we can find all of the actual scores and the rankings of each region for 2 sets of comparison: immigrants versus non-immigrants, which is the main focus of the CIMII, and also the comparison of recent immigrants and established immigrants. The second subfolder is the Unadjusted Data, where we can find the descriptive data for immigrants and non-immigrants across different identity markers such as sex and visible minority status. We will not go into the details here and will leave you a chance to explore all of the details by yourself. We also can download the CIMII User's Guide, which we highly recommend you to check out before exploring the tool. In addition, we can download the brief explanation for adjusted and unadjusted data, or the CIMII National Trends and Regional Profiles, which provides a short trend analysis for the rankings of all Canadian regions. Also, you can download the CIMII methodology and CIMII codebook, which contain all of the details of our approach to constructing the CIMII, and the Blue Book, which provides a review of national and international models of immigrant integration. We encourage you to visit this page to understand more about our index. So we've walked through the main menu of the website. In the next videos, we will explore the search, rank, compare, and simulation pages in detail.